Hi guys, welcome to your Wake Up and Flow Pilates routine. So this is a routine that's been designed to do in the morning. It is a mobility focused routine. It is full body and you can use it in the morning to wake the body up. So often that's the point in the day where we feel kind of tight and stiff, or at our most tight and at our most stiff. So really use this one to loosen up the joints and get the sort of body flowing, particularly hips, shoulders, spine. That said, wake up and flow. Whenever you just need to kind of wake your body up and move it in a really lovely, nourishing way, then you can use this routine at any point in the day. So it's by no means set in stone that it is a kind of wake up and flow morning routine. You can do it anytime, as you will know in the Lifetonic Club. So we're going to start in standing. So just coming to that nice hip distance and parallel position. Thinking about that nice long spine, so lengthen up through the crown of the head. Take a little moment here just to find your neutral. Always helpful to do a few tucks and tilts of the pelvis. You can do that in standing. And then just lengthen up, feet down, feel supported through the feet, feel nice and long through the spine. Taking a little breath in, we're just going to start with a little bit of centering, and all we're going to do is just kind of rotate side to side. Now, if you feel quite restricted here, if you are hip distance and parallel, then just take the feet wider. And there is no real form to this. We are literally just moving from side to side. And when you kind of feel ready, feel free to kind of pick up the feet, move the legs. Try and keep the head sort of spiraling up. When you feel like you really want to go for it, you can come onto the balls of the feet and just turn the body, thinking as well of that little bit of connection to your center. So keep it kind of fluid, but keep it controlled. Keep long in the spine. Do as many as you need to feel that you're kind of building that heat in the body and you're getting that sense of movement. You feel everything kind of breaking up, freeing up a little bit in the joints. And then from there, we're just going to bring it back to a nice standing position. And we're going to come into floating arms. So breathing out, bending the legs. You're going to bring the arms all the way up. Take a little breath in the top. And then as you exhale, press the arms down as if you were pressing all the air out of the body. You're going to center. Same thing, we're breathing to float the arms, breathing out to float the arms up and out to float the arms down. Keeping a little softness through the knees as well. And remember, as those arms float up overhead, try and keep that rib cage connected down towards the pelvis. So try not to lose that sense of neutral in the spine. Focus on that, keep bending the knees. One more here. And then we're going to keep the arms up on this one. And we're going to come into a lovely side bend. So you can bring the hands together. You're going to keep that space between the thighs and you're going to side reach out of the waist. So it's head, neck, upper, mid, back. Watch for rotating in. Try and keep open. Try and keep the ribs to the pelvis. Try and keep the shoulders away from the ears. So watch for this happening. Try and keep relaxed. There will be some elevation in the shoulders. You want that natural elevation, but you want to control that position that we're sort of used to. We're going to go again, other side, which is excessively drawing the shoulders up towards the ear. So think of keeping that lovely space between the ear and the shoulder, breathing out, moving from the waist. So it's head, neck, upper, mid, back is the sort of sequence of movement you're looking for here. Staying stacked through the lower body, breathing out. Last one. Good job. Moving that whole spine and then float the arms all the way back down. We're going to come into a roll down from here. So first roll down, if you are doing this in the morning, can sometimes feel a little bit sticky. It takes a few to kind of warm up the body. So from that nice long spine, just bending through it. Let the head go, let the shoulders be floppy. You should be looking between the thighs, equally pressing into both feet. Open your hips first and then build your spine. You're a Lego block here. The spine, as you know, is being built piece by piece. Eye gaze on the horizon and then scoop that belly. So drawing the abdominals back towards the spine here. Get that little corset on, that little base of support that you need to keep that move nice and controlled and supported. Head up last. Breathing out, chin to chest. Just let it flow. Keep the knees forward, so no rolling in through the legs. Breath in at the bottom, and as you breathe out, you're going to stack the spine and you're going to roll all the way back up, head up last. And then this is the last one here. So we're going to stay down on this one. So take your time, soft bend through the legs. You do not need to have your hands on the floor in any way, shape or form. You can bring your hands to the front of the thighs or the front of the shin bones here. And we're just going to pedal the legs. So bend one leg, straighten the other leg, resist this temptation. Think of strong center, try and let the head go, try and let the shoulders go. We always kind of want to control that, so just let it flow. Keep a nice soft bend forward, and then you're just pedaling the legs, opening one leg, bending through the other. Last set here. If you want to let the arms flop, just let them go where they want to go, but extra support is here. Beautiful work. Now take a deep bend. I'm going to come onto my mat, take a deep bend. We're going to come into our 4-point kneeling position from here. So you know what to do here. We're going to do a bit of hip mobility. Bring your knees under your shoulders. No, bring your knees under your hips, wrists under your shoulders. Bring that lovely soft alignment through the elbows. Lift the heart. Let your ribs flare a little bit towards the mat. And then pick them back up. So as you know that you're connected rib to hip through the pelvis, your sit bones are lovely and wide here. So don't be afraid to really think of the sit bones as being wide. Feel like you're really sticking your bum out. You might feel that it's a bit unnatural, that your low back feels overly extended, but I promise you it won't be. Make sure that the ribs are connected, and then you'll be safe. And we're going to rock backwards and forwards. So just over the wrists, keep the bum sticking out as you take the bum back. It's just a super supported rock back and forwards. So working the shoulders and the hips here, but think of keeping that nice long spine. Think of keeping the ribs connected. So you want to stay really centered. You want to keep the tailbone, the sit bone, wide, particularly as you go back. So resist the temptation to tuck the tailbone underneath you. And then just a couple more here. This is one of my favorites to do first thing in the morning for the hips. Or if you've been doing a lot of sitting in a car or at your desk, just get on the mat, get on the floor and just do a couple of these, throw them into your day. They're so healthy for your hips. Last one here, coming back over the knees and over the wrists here, feeling a lot freer there. We're going to come into a little thread the needle, and then we're actually going to move a little bit dynamically here. So if you watch me once for this, we're going to thread the needle and open the hips here in one smooth move. You're going to need a little bit of core control for this. So normal thread the needle. You're going to reach the arm all the way through. And then as you return, you're going to use that core pressing on the supporting hand, open the hips, and you're going to rotate open to the other side. And then you're going to come back down, thread the needle, breathing out. And then use a little bit of momentum, engage your center, open your hips here, reach both arms away and turn the neck. Last one this side, reach in, breathing out. And then opening the body, rotating through that spine, keeping that neutral, glutes active here. And then just come back down into 4-point kneeling, right? Okay, it's a fun one. We're going to go the other side. So rotate, thread the needle, a little bit of momentum, opening to look. One more, two more, sorry. Opening out. So really turn head, neck, upper, mid, back. Lovely bit of extended rotation. So the hips are extended, the body's open. It's a nice one. And then, oh, that's it. Yeah, it's 3 each side. I was going to go in for another one. Let's just do one thread needle to finish there. Good. Beautiful work. From there, you're going to untuck the back toes. Now, I did say it was a mobility-focused exercise or routine today, but of course, as always, it wouldn't be a Pilates routine without having a little bit of strength building in it. So you're going to untuck your back toes and you're going to float the knees. So a little bit of core work here. Again, think of keeping the ribs to the pelvis. If you feel you've lost that, let the ribs sink and then draw them back up. Keep the sit bones wide here. Keep pressing out of the shoulders, no sinking, nice long spine. As you exhale, center, you're going to float the knees, just building a little bit of heat. And then from here, if you feel comfortable, we're going to come into cat, extended cat. If that's not for you, you can do cat, extended cat, but you can keep your knees on the mat. So breathing out, let the pelvis roll, tuck your tailbone underneath you, use the abdominals, release to neutral, and then extend forward, breathing out. Neutral, pass through neutral. It's super hard work. Just take your time with it, and then release. And try and keep that core connection. Extend forward. It's small but controlled. Neutral, breathing through the spine, rounding the back. Tailbone underneath you. Flatten out to neutral. And then extend, stick your bum out, bring your heart forward. Last one here. If you're shaking, it's all good. Told you there was strength in it. And then forward, back to neutral. and then bring the knees back to the mat, untuck your back toes. A little bit of energy, a little bit of heat building there. Take a little moment, breathing in, breathing out. If you're on the rest and they're feeling a little bit like they need a break, take the break. Remember, modifications for the rests. You can come up onto the fists, or you can check out the wrists modification video in the modifications and tutorial library if you need more help with how to modify for your wrists. Okay, so again, any wrist problems, think about that. Roll your mat back as well to give your wrists a little bit, soften that angle at the wrist. Good. So from here, staying in 4-point kneeling for just another few rounds of things, another few rounds of exercises. We're going to breathe out. We're going to float one leg back, and then you're going to float the other arm forward. Now, squaring off the pelvis, have a little check that the two hip bones feel nice and level, and then lengthen and lift. So you want to keep the pelvis and the torso square to the mat as you lift. You're lengthening to lift. Keep lifted in the shoulders. Take your time. Breathe out center. Growing long through that cross body stretch. 2 and 1. Holding here. You're going to hold and just lengthen the leg, lengthen the arm. Told you a little bit of sneaky strength building in this routine. It's deceptively sneaky. Breathing for 2, for 1, and then bring it in. Fold everything back in, and then we're going to go to our other side. So slide the leg back, break it down. We're working the joints here. So hips level, opposite arm forward. Just check here that you're nicely aligned, that you're lifted in the center. The neck is long. Breathing out. We're going to lift to lower. Good. So it's not this. We're keeping that neck long, like I say. We're keeping the hip square. We're lengthening out of the hip. So it's about the stretch out of the hip. It's not about getting that leg way up high. You want to really just keep that leg in line with the hip. Shouldn't really be going above hip height. Same with the arm. Try and challenge that range. Last one. And then lengthen and lift. Challenge that range. Try and kind of increase the range at your shoulder, maybe with every move. While staying connected. It's a real challenge. For 3, 2, 1, and then down. Folding everything back in. Good job here. Just take a quick little rest position. Sending that bum back. Reach the arms forward. Bring the forehead to the mat. Sinking down. So a little bit of energy, a little bit of heat building there. Some good breath into the ribs. Brilliant position to feel the stretch and the breath through the rib cage here. Nice full breath. Feel the ribs expand. Feel them exhale. Same. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Good. Walking the hands back in. Coming in to do a little bit of side plank here. So any version you like of side plank, you pick your poison. Modified side plank, you can have the knees down. You can have the feet crossed over to give you that extra support. You can be on the elbow. I'm going to use the arm, work the shoulder a little bit. And I'm going to start here with the arm here, or you can have the arm here. Press out of the shoulder, connect the center, press the underneath leg up and the top leg down in opposition. If you want to go for the full version, go for it. Hold in here. Breathe. Working this full body, but the underneath side working strong. For 3, for 2, for 1. Taking a breath here, and then just gently bring yourself down to the mat. Fold the legs in. We're going to bring the elbow underneath the shoulder. Coming into oyster, stack the knees, bring the knees up in front of you, heels in line with the bum. Lift the underneath waist. So if you feel that you've sunk in the ribs, hand to the ribs, lift them up, hand on the waist. Stay long, both sides of the rib cage here, and into oyster. Breathing here to open the leg. Make sure that that leg is lengthening the whole time and that you're staying controlled. Relax the shoulders and jaw as always. 3, 2, last one. Good job. Press yourself up from there. Bring your legs into 90-90. We're going to take a little mermaid here. So bringing the arms onto the diagonal. As you exhale, this is really important. Scoop first. So you're starting to round the back already as you rotate to land the hand, and then you're drawing the abdominals back to the spine. So you're in a kind of rotation and a flex position, and breathing here. And exhale. And then just opening back out. That's one of my favorites. So good. Coming into same thing, other side. Starting with our side plank. Set yourself up. I'm starting here because I'm going to stack. Bring the arm up or on the hip, and then I'm going to stack the legs strong. Whoops. Strong in that core. Use the back of the body. Use the front of the body. Long spine. Keep the head back in line with the spine. And just try and focus on something and breathing here. Good job, guys. Doing good. It's by no means easy. 3, 2, 1. And then just gently bringing yourself down. Fold the knees in. Come onto the forearm. We're going straight into oyster from here. So again, try and transition seamlessly. Try and keep that sense of connection. We're trying to keep a little flow to the session. Keep the ribs lifted. Keep the leg lengthening. So good. It's definitely got a little bit of heat here. Last 3, 2, last one. Good. Bringing that leg down. Just pressing yourself up. Disconnect the legs into 90. We're going to take our mermaid on this side. So nice long line with the arms on the diagonal. Breathe out. Center first. So you'll start to scoop already through the abdominals before you've moved, and then start to rotate. So that's a really good way to keep the back safe. So plant the hand, draw the abs back, and just breathe here. Try and release. Round the hips, round the glutes. Try and let go of any tension that's collected. Remember, all about freeing up, getting a bit more mobile in this routine. And then just open back out from there. Good job. We're going to come onto our back from here. So just coming into relaxation position, just bringing yourself down. Find a little sense of neutral for you. And then from here, we're going to come in to do some little pelvic locks. So the ribs should be soft on the mat, back of the head, neck long, lots of space between the ear and the shoulders. You can rest the arms down, or you can pop them on your hip bones to get the feedback. So breathing out and then keeping a nice natural flow of the breath. You're going to just circle the pelvis. So imagine it's a clock face and you're circling through the 4 points of the clock. So belly button 12, left hip bone 3, pubic bone 6, right hip bone 9, and you're circling the pelvis around those 3 points. So really drop the pubic bone down. Don't be afraid to really increase that arch in your back on the way around. Last one in this direction, and then it gets messy. We're going in the opposite direction. See if you can coordinate that. Try and isolate your pelvis a little bit and just let the pelvis flow. 3, 2, really nice one to loosen up the hips, the low back, around the tops of the thighs as well. Great, another great one if you do feel kind of stuck in those areas, and we often do. Good, come into a nice comfortable stop from there. Super simple curl ups. Bring the hands behind the head, open the elbows, and then bring them into the side vision. Keep those elbows reaching away from one another. Chin to chest, we're just curling up, we're staying neutral. And then we're just going to float back down. Good. Look into that pubic bone on the curl up, folding around the ribs. So let the ribs drop down to the mat, keeping neutral. And then we're going to start to layer up a little bit. So we're focusing on getting mobility into the spine to start with. And then we're going to bring sort of the hips and the knees into it as well, breathing out. So on this one, you're going to curl up and you're going to hold it. You're going to stack your right knee. Stretch the leg away, fold it in, and then take everything back down. Stick with the same side, so fold the knee in, reach it, holding that curl up, and then keep checking on those hip bones that they stay nice and level, especially as that leg reaches away. You're trying to get to the tips of the shoulder blades or thereabout, reaching and in and down. We've got 2 more this side, curling up, folding in at the hips And then extending the hip, extending the knee. And foot down, last one. And reach. And down, keep going. We're going to switch to the other side. And hold the curl up, extend. And down. And reach. And down. Try and keep it coordinated. So focus. It's a good one again. Get the mind going, especially if you're doing it first thing. Good way to prepare yourself for the day ahead in your busy lives. Get the brain and the body connected first thing. Set you up for a good day. Last one here. And then down. So good. Hug the legs in. Take a little roll, which is a little cue to what's coming next, of course. And then from there, pop your hands behind your legs, bring yourself up into a seated position, curl the legs in, and we're going to come into our rolling like a ball, of course. So find the sit bones, float the feet, elbows, hands, on the fronts of the shins or the outside of the ankles where it feels comfortable. Try and drop the head or the eye gaze to the pubic bone. Try and move from the low back here. Breathing out to roll. And then coming back. See if you can find your balance. So it's a fun one. Just have fun with it. Don't take yourself too seriously. Deep connection. Scoop the belly to give your low back that curve it needs to get the roll. Maybe take one or two. And if you're feeling tight in the back, sometimes this can take a little bit to come. But it's a lovely massage for the back and a really good one to work your center. Keep the legs under control. Let's do one more. Let's do two more. And I'm moving a little bit forward on my mat, so it's all good. And on this one, staying up, we're going to transition. So roll back into single leg stretch. Reach one leg away and then draw the other leg in. Try and keep the outside arm to the ankle. Breathing here, little core section. Good. Reach, pull in. 3, keep it up on the sit bone, up on the shoulder blades. 3, 2, I think I've miscounted. What a surprise. Stay up, hands behind the head, guys. Keep with it. Sit bones level, hip bones level, tongue tied, crisscross. We can do it. 4, 3, 2, stick with it, hold little pulses. 3, 2, 1, switch. 3, 2, 1, and in. Bring everything down, release, side to side, take a little roll. I was all mixed up with my words there. Give the thigh bones quick little roll. And then bringing the feet to the mat. I'm just going to reposition myself as I have slid down the mat for our roll-ups there. For our rolling like a ball into bridge. So hip distance and parallel. Bring the arms to the sides of the hips. Bring the ribs to the mat. Back of the pelvis, back of the head. Think of the move here. So you're going from flexing your hips to open in one smooth move. Keep the ribs down and then down to open. Breathe out to come up. Keep those knees reaching away in line with the hips. So work in the back of the body, using as much power as you need to go from this flex position here to this open position. Don't push it, don't over recruit, do not squeeze. You can use the backs of the arms for a little bit of support, a little bit of opposition, ribs soft. Last 2, last 1. And then bringing the body down there. Stretch the legs away. Take the arms overhead, coming into a little round of roll-ups, chin to chest, curling up, reaching beyond the toes. And down. Arms overhead, breathing out. Chin to chest, curling up, reaching forwards. Enjoy this one. Lovely chance to stretch and reset. Breathing out, bringing the arms overhead first, drawing the abdominals back, reaching beyond the toes, and then restack your spine up on those sit bones. Good. We're going to come to lie on our tummy for a little set of prone exercises. Bringing the arms, lengthening the legs, bringing the arms to the sides of the body. Rest your head down, coming into dart here. But we're going to do a little extra rotation through the shoulders. So we're going to really open the shoulders here. So breathing out, you're going to center. Head, neck, lift the arms. Start to rotate the arms through the shoulders. And then open the thumbs towards ceiling, ribs down. Extended through the upper back. Good. And then just release down. So we're spiraling the arm from the shoulder joint, not from the elbow or the wrist. Breathing out. Head, neck, upper back. Open the arms, turn the thumbs to the sky. Ribs down. Extend the upper mid back. Think of the shoulder blades coming together a little bit on the back to facilitate that opening through the shoulders. Such a nice one for the morning. Breathing out. Opening here, ribs down. Spiral the shoulders, open. And down. One more. Exhale. Reaching. Thumbs up. Really go for it. Shoulder blades together. And then rest down. So nice. Bring the arms up. A little bit more work through the back of the body, through the glutes. Bend the knee in. You're going to lift the thigh off of the mat, centering as you go, and then stretch the leg away, bring it to the mat. So breathe out, strong in that core to support neutral in the pelvis. Move from the smile line, reach the leg away, and bring it down. So this is a lovely one to stretch through the hips and open them. The hip flexor is a nice little stretch, and it also helps to train that nice sort of recruitment through the back. So you're passing the work of the glutes here to your hamstrings and then down. So really functional exercise, reaching and down. Press up, try and thinking of the hip bones staying down on the mat. So holding that sort of idea of neutral and then down. Last one here, lifting and reaching and down. And then on this one, we're going to add a little coordinated move just to kind of round off the session. A little bit of fun. So you're going to do the same move, but this time as you press the leg up, you're going to rotate to open the hip. You're going to land the foot, start to press your body up, rotate round to hug the knee, and then we're going to reverse that. So a sequence of movement, you're going to take the hands first, then the trunk rotates, and then you close the hip. You land the thigh, and then you extend the knee, bringing the head and the neck down. Same thing, other side, bend, lift, rotate to land the foot. Use your center, use your core to get you up to that seated position. Just hug the leg. And then same thing on the way down. So rotate first, land the hand, go the same way in reverse. Bringing the torso, head and neck are down. And then here. Good. We're going to go one more time each way. Opening. Maybe you can move a little bit more momentum. Hug it in. Bring yourself down. I'm almost going into my wall. Not helpful. And then just reset. Other side. This is a really good strategy for getting up off the floor if you ever need to. In a nice coordinated way. And then from here, we're going to see if we can end our session back on our feet. So what I'm going to say is, it's up to you how you get there, but try not to use your hands. So the easiest way for me, I'm not one of those people that can just go from a kind of seated to standing. I'm going to fold my knees and then come up to standing from here. And that's it. That's your wake up and flow routine. I hope you've enjoyed it. Little fun one. It moves at a pace, brilliant mobility one, and of course we're always developing that strength. Well done for fitting in your workout today, and I will see you back on your mat really soon.